Greetings, everybody, and once again, welcome back into Hobart-Detter Field. The Blue Dragons from Hutchinson getting set to take on the Pratt Beavers in the final game of this Jayhawk West series. Game number one, a thriller this afternoon. Will Reed's three-run walk-off home run gives Hutchinson a 6-3 win. Now they lead the series 2-1. And the Dragons go for the series win, which would be their third. Again, they have this split in their pocket. Now they go after their third series win of the year. And it's important because it is jumbled up at the top of the Jayhawk West. We'll get into all that, but right now we can concentrate on Mike Brown, the sophomore from Omaha. He's going to get the starting game number 4. Brown coming in with a record of 3-0, but a 5.06 earned run average. He will be opposed by Kai Hampton. Hampton, a 6'3" freshman from Mount Barker, South Australia. So a Canadian and an Australian throwing against the Blue Dragons today. Kai Hampton 4-4 with a 5.87 earned run average. Let's get to the starting lineups for game number 2. As the manager's meeting is over and the final field prep taking place. First for the Pratt Beavers, now 18-23 overall, 5-18 in the Jayhawk West. Ellery Rivera will lead it off and play shortstop. Landon Hullett is playing third base in this game. He bats second. Jack Partington, the losing pitcher in game number 1, bats third. He'll be back in right field. Dylan Hamilton will bat cleanup and play first base for Pratt. Sean Johnson bats fifth. He's at left field. Kalir Vasquez is at second base, batting sixth as the Dragons take the field. Designated hitter Michael Davis bats seventh. Batting eighth will be the catcher Raymond Urusha. Again, he's the catcher batting eighth, and Brendan Tauber bats ninth in center field. Kai Hampton, the starting pitcher for Pratt. So Eric Thompson lines it up. Rivera, Hullett, Partington, Hamilton, Johnson, Vasquez, Davis, Urusha, and Tauber, and Kai Hampton on the mound. For the Blue Dragons, Will Reitz will lead it off and play right field. Logan Sartori at second, bats second. Batting third is the third baseman, Zane Schmidt. Batting fourth, left fielder Riley Metzger. Dylan Nedved bats fifth at shortstop. Batting sixth is the catcher, Zach Baxley. Christopher Noble will be the designated hitter in game number 2. He bats seventh. Ryan Moritz bats eighth. He moves back over to third base, and Jeremiah Caesar bats ninth in center field. Mike Brown, the starting pitcher for the Blue Dragons. So it's Reitz, Sartori, Schmidt, Metzger, Nedved, Baxley, Noble, Moritz, and Caesar, and Mike Brown on the mound. Again, Mike Brown 3-0 with the 5.06 ERA, making his 5th start of the year. He has one complete game. Missed a couple of starts because of an injury. 9th overall appearance, 32 innings pitched for Brown, 28 hits, 24 runs, 38 strikeouts, 14 walks, and opponents hitting .219 against. Pratt in the series has struck out 32 times in 86 at-bats, hitting .244 against the Blue Dragons. So Mike Brown would love to have the same type of outing as Dylan Nedved. Dylan Nedved got a no decision. So here we go. Mike Brown versus Ellery Rivera, and it's swung on and missed. First pitch coming at 3:43 p.m. This one's scheduled for 7 now. Thanks for joining us on the network. That pitch outside from Brown. Again, the Dragons have 2 of the first 3 in the series. Will Reitz's walk-off. The difference, that pitch outside. 2-1. Ellery in the series. Ellery Rivera 3 for 12. Has 2 stolen bases. Those came in game number 1. He lifts this one to center field. Jeremiah Caesar in and to his right. He's got it one away. So big out there to get the speedy Ellery Schmidt off base. Now will be the third baseman, Landon Hewlett. Hewlett in the previous game 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Swings and misses at that offering. Now in the series through 3 games, Hewlett 2 for 11. No extra base hits, a couple of driven in. That grounded up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So Hewlett aboard with his 3rd hit of the series. A 1-out single. That'll bring up the right fielder, Jack Partington. Partington came in the afternoon hitting .348. He was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts in the first game, now 3 for 11 in the series. A run scored and 3 driven in. Brown out of the stretch for the first time. The pitch. Slider misses low and away. Ball 1. Pratt second in the Jayhawk Conference, 98 steals. They've been thrown out at Jayhawk Conference high 23 times. In the series, Pratt 4 for 4. The pitch. Fastball. Not sure where it missed, but it does, and it's 2-0. Brown didn't have a sharp outing in his last start. That came a week ago Wednesday, April 3rd, against Sterling College here at Hobart-Detter Field. The Dragons won 12-2, move over to first. 12-2 win in 5 innings. The complete game for Brown, 4 hits, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts, but 4 walks. Ran Mike Brown-like. The pitch, runner goes. That one's lined to left field, down for a hit. Making the turn and headed for third is Hewlett. Ball bobbled and left and is thrown into second, so the Beavers have something going here in the bottom of the first. They like to hit and run. So now it's runners at the corners, 1 out for the first baseman, Dylan Hamilton. Hamilton 1 for 3, was hit by a pitch, struck out twice in the first game. Brown's pitch. Off speed misses high for ball 1. Brown's last conference start, March 31st at Garden City. He was rocked pretty hard by the Busters. Again, not sure where that one missed. Now it's 2-0, so a much smaller strike zone.
Smaller guy, smaller strike zone.
Brown threw 1 2/3 innings at Garden City on March 31st. Dragons came back to win the game 9-8, but he gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, walked 2, and struck out 1. Move over to first, close play. Dylan Nedved had a pick off in the first game. Partington with 12 steals and 13 attempts. He goes. Pitch is pop, foul out of play, so Eric Thompson putting the hit and run on again. Possible conference lead at stake. Pratt playing for their playoff lives, but the cake balls are still at stake. Right now, Hutchinson has a 2-1 series lead. I'll explain that in a moment. 2-1 pitch. Curveball is popped up. Right field, deep enough. Still drifting back as Reitz. He makes the catch. That'll make an easy tag for Hewlett. And Pratt takes a 1-0 lead on a deep sac fly by Hamilton. That'll be Hamilton's first RBI. And they called him out on appeal, leaving early. And that should wipe the run out. Oh, the run still counts. Run still counts. They scored the run, but the runner at first, Partington, left early. He's out on appeal, and that'll do it. 1 run, 2 hits, nobody left. After half inning, Pratt won. The Dragons coming up. 1-0 Pratt. Dragons catch a break on an appeal, saying that Jack Partington left early off of first. Run did score, so the Dragons trail it early. Now the Blue Dragons work against Kai Hampton. Hampton, 6'3" freshman from Mount Parker, South Australia. The numbers on Hampton, making his 4th start, 13th appearance. He's 4-1 with 3 saves and a 5.87 earned run average. Hampton is allowed in 38 in the 3rd inning. Hampton's allowed 39 hits. That's good. Pretty good, a hit per inning. 30 runs, 30 strikeouts, 10 walks, but he's given up 4 home runs. Will Reed steps in, the Game 1 hero. Walk-off 3-run home run in the bottom of the 8th to give Hutch a 6-3 win. He goes swinging for the downs there and misses for strike 1. Updated numbers on Will Reed, now hitting .297, 9 home runs, 26 RBIs. Pitch hit him. And the nation's #1 leader in hit by pitches wears his 20th of the year. He has been hit 5 times now in this series. Whereas that one right in the middle. Don't think that was retaliatory. But now Logan Sartori steps in. Logan 2 for 4 in the first game with a double. He's now hitting .333 for the year, 8 home runs and 43 driven in. The pitch, a strike from Hampton. In the series now, Sartori, 6 for 13. Home run and 5 RBIs. He now has a 5-game hitting streak. 9 for 18. He fouls that one back to the screen and hits out of an 0-2 hole. So Reitz now, nation leading 20th hit by pitch. Last Dragon to do that, Matt Jones. Hampton out of the stretch, comes set. The right-hander checks and delivers. And that one's hit toward the gap in right center field. On the run is Partington. He's got it. Ball kind of tailed into him, so it was a fairly easy catch for Partington. He made a decently long run. One away for Zane Schmidt. Schmidt snapped a 2 for 13 with a 6th inning single in game #1. 1 for 3, walked once. Schmidt now hitting a team-high .378, 15 home runs. That leads the conference and is tied for the second in the nation. 44 RBIs. Pitch high and outside for a ball. He's homered once in the series. That coming Friday at Pratt. Zane now 2 for 9 in the series. And we have a dog loose in center field. The gate came open, and center fielder Brendan Tobbitt's going to hand him off to Jack Partington, who's going to hand him off to a Pratt bench player. That dog's been having a lot of fun in the right field bullpen all afternoon and finally makes an appearance on the field. From our vantage point, it doesn't look like he left any presents out there, so the players will be happy about that. Now it's back to working a 1-0 count due to Zane Schmidt.
The least we can do is keep it off the field, right? Keep the dog off the field. That's the whole key.
Hampton comes set and delivers. Chopper along first, fielded by Hamilton. No play at second. He'll win the race to the bag at first. 2 away as Will Reitz up to second. Now a 2-out RBI opportunity for Riley Metzger. Riley has hit safely in all 4 games since returning from a 10-game absence. He was 1 for 2 in the first game. Now a 7-game hitting streak. Riley's second on the team with a .369 average, 4 home runs, 33 RBIs. Only 1 RBI since his return. He had 31 coming before he was injured. Takes a shot to left and slices it foul toward the Dragon bullpen. Hutch won the first game on Friday 11-0. A two-hit shutout by Jake Buns. Game lasted only 5 innings. The 0-1. Way outside and top the glove of the catcher, but no advancement by Will Reitz. Didn't have a great secondary. Ray Urrutia behind the plate. That saved a pass ball. Riley's hit safely in now 17 of his last 19 games. 25 for 63 over that stretch. Ground ball left side, fielded by the third baseman, Hullett. Pours it across, and the inning is over. So the Dragons can't do anything with the leadoff hit by pitch to Will Reitz. No runs, no hits, 1 left after 1. Pratt 1, Hutch nothing. One nothing Pratt. After one, again, this game now 7 innings because the opening game of the doubleheader went extra innings. That's league rule. So, Blue Dragons trail 1-0. They have trailed 18-23. So here's Sean Johnson, the left fielder. 2 home runs on Friday at Pratt, 1 in each game. And it's strike 1. Johnson 4 for 10 in the series. 4 RBIs. He scored from first that tied the game in the 6th, the game earlier today, the pitch. Breaking pitch, wow, didn't miss by much on the inner half, and it's 1-1. A considerably different strike zone than the first game. 2-1 from Brown. Fastball, grounded left side in the hole. Dylan Nedved fields, throws, high throw, safe. High throw will cost Nedved the error. They would have had him. So Nedved commits his 4th error of the series. That'll bring up the second baseman, Kalir Vasquez. We're talking about Johnson. He scored from first on a bullet hit by Vasquez that was scorched down the line that chewed Zion Bolin up. And it glanced about halfway down the left field line. And that allowed Johnson to score away from first, the tying run. Ball 1 to Vasquez. Move over to first. Nothing doing. Pratt now 98. 121 on the base paths. Runner goes. Swing is a high fly ball in the infield. Drifting back is Zane Schmidt, having problems. Makes the catch in foul territory. Getting back to first. That was a tough play. There's a fairly high sky. A few high cumulus clouds have come into play now. It's been a gorgeous afternoon here at Hobart-Detter. Temperature now in the mid-60s. That's the 3rd hit and run the Beavers have put on here in this last game of the series. Now the designated hitter, Michael Davis, didn't play in the first game this afternoon. Davis, a .282 hitter on the year, 3 home runs and 16 RBIs. Runner bluffs a move, and Mike Brown throws an off-speed pitch over the inner half for strike one. Davis seeing his first at bat of this series with Hutchinson. Move over to first. Dragon pitchers have 6 pickoffs this year. Zach Furniture has 2. Mike Brown has 1. He has a good move to first. The 0-1. Fastball a little bit low. 1-1 strike the count. Mike Brown really lost confidence in his fastball. He was throwing almost 90% breaking stuff a few weeks ago. Scott Reller and Ryan Schmidt noticed that off the pitching charts, and they've been trying to get Brown to be more confident with his fastball. Move over to first. We were talking about the cake balls earlier. Scott Reller, the aforementioned Blue Dragon pitching coach, is brother of Pratt third base coach Todd Reller. And every year, Scott and Todd's mom offers up cake balls for the winner of the series. There's a swing and a pop-up to right field, shallow. Back goes Sartori, in comes Reitz. It's Sartori taking charge, and he's got it for out number 2. So, maybe Denny can offer me clarification on this. What if the series is tied? What happens to the cake balls, Denny? The cake balls. Absolutely none.
I haven't had any cake balls either.
Here's Ray Urusha, the catcher. Taught game 2 on Friday. The pitch, ground ball to third. Ryan Moritz has it. Will go to first. Got him, and the inning is over. So Urusha goes first pitch hacking, and the Beavers can't do anything with the error. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. Bottom of the second we go. Beavers 1, Dragons nothing. Yeah, the Royals bullpen has done it again. They were going for the sweep over Cleveland, and now it's 8-8 as the bullpen has struck again, and not for good, for evil. So the Royals and Cleveland tied 8-8 in Kansas City late in that one. Here's Dylan Nedved. Dylan in the first game. 2 for 4, extending his hit streak to 9. That included a double. He has a season-high 12-gamer already this year. He takes low ball 1 from Kai Hampton. Nedved now hitting .318 for the year with 47 hits, 3 home runs, 38 driven in. Ground ball to short. Rivera gobbles it up on the big hop and throws Nedved out 1 away. I'll bring up the catcher, Zach Baxley. So evidently, Eric Thompson, the 7th-year head coach of the Pratt Beavers, kind of pitching backwards, throwing his best 2 pitchers last. The Dragons on Saturday racked up 21 runs on 17 hits. Baxley goes the other way to right field, but right at Partington. He's got it 2 away. 2 up, 2 down for the designated hitter, Christopher Noble. Noble was the DH in game number 2. And he was 1 for 2 at the double. In the bottom of the 8th today in game number 1, he was a pinch hitter and drew a walk. Nathan White was pinch ran for him and ended up scoring the game-winning run. Ahead of the 3-run home run by Will Reitz. Big cut and a miss by Noble. Noble hitting .289 with a home run and 7 RBIs, 13 hits and 45 at bats. He scored 7 runs. And pitch misses outside, and the count evens at 1-1. Noble out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Hampton's pitch. Strike on the outside corner, 1-2. So the Dragons got that needed win. Now Colby and Hutch with 12 wins in the league. Butler, who's not playing this week, there's a ground ball to short to Rivera. And it's going to be a very easy 1-2-3. Dylan Hamilton digs out the low throw, and the Dragons go in order in the second. After 2, Pratt 1, Hutchinson nothing. Blue Dragon fans, if you're looking for a way to help out Blue Dragon Athletics, get a team together or sponsor hole for the Blue Dragon Golf Tournament Friday, May 3rd. Kerry Bark Golf Course, that's the golf course just over the right field wall here at Hobart-Detter Field, getting greener all the time. Call 620-665-3530 for more information or to enter a team. Top of the third rolls around. Brendan Tauber, the center fielder, takes ball 1 from Mike Brown, who is showing his displeasure with the zone. He looks a little flustered by the tightness of the zone here in game number 2. There's a strike. Tauber in the first game was 2 for 3, had an infield single, had a stolen base, 1 of 3 in the game for Pratt. Breaking pitch over the inner half for a strike, and it's 1-2. Tauber now in the series, 3 for 7. He has an RBI, scored a run, 2 walks, and a stolen base. 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul outside of third, fielded by Todd Reller. That will not get him a cake ball from his mom. We have found out that if the series is split, the team split the cake balls. So a lot riding on the line on this one. 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. 1 away. That is the first strikeout for Mike Brown. He's not an overly big strikeout pitcher in terms of numbers. His career high is 8. Check that 9. He had that as a freshman. Now it's back to the top of the order, and Ellery Rivera. The speedster flew out to center field his first time up. Game number 1, he put that speed on display. An infield single on a high chopper to short. Stole second, stole third, and scored on an overthrow. Pitch in the dirt. Count now 1-1. He gets down the line extremely fast. I'd like to see him and Jeremiah Caesar in a straight 100-meter dash just to see who would win. 1-1 pitch. One's lift to right field. Reitz to his right, shading his eyes. He's got it. 2 away. Jeremiah Caesar running over to back it up. He made a long run. That was impressive. 2 up, 2 down here in the third for third baseman Landon Hewlett. Hewlett has the only run of the game. He singled. Went first to third on Partington's single. Scored on a sac fly by Hamilton. But the inning ended right there as Partington was ruled to leave the base early. The run still scored, and that's the only tally of the game to this point. 1-0 now to Hewlett. The pitch. Over but low for a ball. 2-0. There's a strike. Hewlett now in the series. 3 for 12. All 3 hits singles. Pratt has 5 extra base hits in the series. Pitch inside a breaking pitch, and now it's 3-1. First 3 games of the series, Pratt has struck out 32 times against the Jayhawk Conference's top strikeout team in the Blue Dragons. 3-1 pitch. Tap foul. That's a full count. Strikeouts are just up all over baseball. It doesn't matter the level. That seems to be the trend right now. Swing as hard as you can. Try to hit home runs. So the days of trying to make contact and put it in play have kind of gone by the wayside. 3-2 pitch. Grounded to the left side. Snagged by the third baseman. Moritz sets his feet. Throws. Got him. And it's a 1-2-3 third inning for Mike Brown. Good defense that time by Ryan Moritz. We go to the bottom of the third. Dragons trail 1-0. We'll go through the Jayhawk West here in this bottom half of the third inning. All the teams closest to Hutch won their first games today, with the exception of Butler, who has the bye week this week. Ryan Moritz, Jeremiah Caesar in the top of the order. Will Reitz due up here in the bottom of the third against Kai Hampton, who is yet to give up a run or a hit to the Blue Dragons. He's just has allowed one hit by pitch to Will Reitz. There's Ryan Moritz stepping in. And he takes outside. Moritz in the first game, 1 for 3. Had a sac fly that gave Hutch a 3-2 lead. 1-0. That one's hit to left center field, but right at Sean Johnson. Hadn't played perfectly, 1 away. They are playing Moritz to pull. They're hitting right into the alley. Mo hit right into the alley where Johnson was playing, 1 away for Jeremiah Caesar. Caesar in the first game, 0 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Caesar now hitting .313 for the year. No home runs. He takes low ball 1. Caesar needs to start hitting the ball on the ground. He had 3 fly ball outs in the first game. Caesar now in the series 0 for 5. Hits one high in the air, but foul out of play to the left. So earlier today, Colby defeated Dodge City 9-4. Seward County defeated Garden City 12-2. And Cloud County came back to beat Barton 11-6. Pitches a strike, and it's 1-2 to Caesar. So now the Dragons in Colby, 12-7 records. Butler at 12-8. Barton at 13-10. Ground ball left side in the hole is Rivera. The throw not in time, base hit. So finally the Dragons use a little of their own speed to get an infield single. And that's what you like to see Jeremiah Caesar do more of. 1 out single for the fastest Blue Dragon, and that brings up Will Reitz, who is hit for a nation-leading 20th time by a pitch in the first inning. 5th time in this series. Dragons have been hit 10 times in this series. The pitch, swung on and missed. Will, of course, the game one hero. Now he needs to lock back in. Get that swing back in the zone. Runner doesn't go, and Reach swings and misses, 0-2. Reach 2 for 8 in the series. Again, he's been hit 6 times, not 5. Move over to first. Caesar only 5 steals in 5 attempts. The Dragons 61 of 78. Logan Sartori's 25 for 29. He is the team leader. And that's 4th in the Jayhawk. Ground ball right to short. Rivera has it, goes to short way. 1 on the first double play, and that's the inning. Pratt rolls another double play, their 3rd of the afternoon. This one's the Garden Variety 6-4-3, and the Dragons are turned away in the 3rd. On to the 4th, 1-0 Pratt. One nothing Pratt, top of the 4th. Steve Carpenter with you from Hobart-Detter Field on a absolutely gorgeous Sunday afternoon. Mike Brown to face 3, 4, and 5 in the Beaver order. Partington, Hamilton, and Johnson. Pratt with a run in the first, and that's it so far. And it's ball 1 to Jack Partington. He singled his first time up and then was called out on appeal on a tag up. A 1-0. Over but low 2-0.
2-0.
The pitch. Now 3-0.
Get him. Sick him.
Only 3 hits in the game, 1 for the Dragons. It's a 4-pitch walk. That's an ominous start to the 4th. Now the first baseman, Dylan Hamilton. Hamilton with the only RBI of the game, a sac fly to deep right. Hamilton, that was his first RBI of this series. He's 2 for 9 so far. Dragons could use a double play. That's 5 out of the zone for Mike. Hutch with one double play in this series. That happened back in game number 1. One pull foul past Todd Veller in the third base box. Pratt now with 3. Both of those coming today. Dragons have committed 7 errors in the series. Pratt with 3. Hutch with 6 doubles and 6 home runs thus far in the first 3 games. Move to first. Garden City being no-hit through 3 innings, trailing Seward County 4-0 after 3. Game number 4 at Williams Stadium in Garden City. Seward looking to take that series 3-1. 6 in a row out of the zone, or 6 out of 7 to start out of the zone to start the 4th. And get some action in the Dragon Pen as Zach Philbin starts to throw to get loose. Move over to first. Mike Brown making his 17th start as a Blue Dragon. Runner Bluff's going, and there's a high fly to left center. Caesar and Metzger over at Caesar, who does the splits while making the catch. He's okay, and there's one away. No style points given. One away now for left fielder Sean Johnson. Mike Brown has a career Blue Dragon record of 8-4. He was 5-4 as a fresh with a 4.92 ERA. He had 3 complete games and 1 shutout last year. The pitch. Bringing pitch inside for a ball. That's going to bring Zach Baxley out. Ryan Schmidt's also going to come out. And I think there's been some verbal warnings given as the home plate umpire not real happy with either Zach Baxley or Mike Brown. Again, a much different zone in this game. And it's on the pitchers to adjust. So Mike Brown must have been the one to react to draw the ire of our home plate umpire. So I'm pretty sure a warning has been given. Ryan Schmidt glaring toward the home plate umpire.
All on you, Blue. All on you. Hey, we can't yell at the umpire from up here.
It's Mike Brown's 23rd career appearance. Love will get a double play ball here. The pitch. Breaking pitch outside 2-0. So, maybe a turning point here in the 4th. Pratt already leading 1-0. They've had a pesky lineup all weekend long. Brown's pitch. Low 3-0. That might see Zach Philbin start warming up in earnest down there. Walks have been an issue this year for Brown. And it's another walk here with 1 out. 2 on, 1 out, both on walks for the second baseman, Claire Vasquez. You tell early on Mike wasn't happy with the zone. Vasquez fouled out to the first baseman, Zane Schmidt, his first time. Brown out of the stretch, checks the runner at second, the pitch. Over but low, ball 1. Next pitch will be Brown's 50th. Things are starting to get a little nervous here for the Blue Dragons, already trailing 1-0. The pitch. Ground ball right to short. Nedved is Sartori for 1, on to first, double play, and the inning is over. Boy, right with the doctor ordered a garden variety 6-4-3, and the Dragons are out of the fourth. Halfway through in game number 2, Pratt 1, Hutchinson nothing. Logan Sartori leads off the bottom of the fourth. Dragons looking to get the offense going against Kai Hampton. 5.8 ERA coming in, but he has one of Pratt's better pitching records. 4-1 with 3 saves. It's Sartori, Schmidt, and Metzger, 2-3-4. Mike Brown got out of a jam with just what the doctor ordered, 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Sartori flew out to right his first time up. The pitch, lined right at the pitcher, and Hampton makes the catch. 1 away. Logan hit it right on the screws, but right back at Hampton. He's 0 for 2, now Zane Schmidt. Schmidt grounded out to first his first time up. Very quiet, 2 for 10 in the series. He's been intentionally walked once. Does have a home run. And he takes a strike at the knees. That's only pitch number 28 for Hampton. 1 out into the 4th inning. Over at low for a ball. Again, Zane Schmidt, 15 home runs. Number 1 in the Jayhawk, tied for second in the league. He swings and misses at that offering and trails in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hampton's done a nice job changing speeds and keeping the Dragons off balance. 1-2 pitch. That one's in the center field and down for a hit. So 1 out single for Zane, the second hit of the game for the Blue Dragons. Now Riley Metzger will be the batter. Riley grounded out his first time up. Looking to extend a 7-game hit streak. Wind to the pitch and is pulled foul. Dragons, as always, being very aggressive early in counts. Zane Schmidt, just 3 steals and 3 attempts. That one's hit the center field well, tailing away from the center fielder, but chasing it down is Tauber to make the catch. And that'll chase Schmidt back. Another ball hit right on the screws in this inning, but into an out. Runner at first, 2 away for Dylan Nedved. Nedved grounded out his first time up. Two for 4 in the first game. 12 for 32 in his 9-game hit streak. He also has a 12-game hit streak this year. A ball pulled foul outside of third. 0-1. Nedved in the first game, no decision, 7 innings, struck out a career-high 10. Hampton comes set. Safely to over at first by Schmidt, the delivery. Up high for a ball, 1-1. And that time the small zone pays off for the Blue Dragons. Two out in the inning, 1-0 Pratt. That one slice foul. It's 1-2 to Nedved. 36 pitches, 27 for strikes. Hampton has yet to record a strikeout. A ground ball right to short. Wrong way to go. Rivera goes to second for the force, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. The Dragons have stranded 2 through 4 innings. We head to the 5th. Pratt 1, Dragons 0. Score update from Wasson-Biggs Field in Great Bend. Cloud County already with the win under its belt, leading Barton 7-0 early. That really would throw a wrench into the works. Cloud County would have 12 wins. Barton's got 13. And it just tightens things up even more in the Jayhawk West. Ball 1 to the designated hitter, Michael Davis, to start the 5th inning. That one cued off the end of the bat, foul, and it's 1-1. Dragons trail 1-0. Again, the importance of this series, winning all these games. There's a ball hit left side in the hole. Dylan Nedved throws, got him. Right into the grass, and I thought I saw Dylan's back foot slide a little bit as he planted, but he throws a dart over to Zane Schmidt. Davis is retired 1 away. The Dragons already have 3 losses against the bottom 2 teams in the Jayhawk. I hate to keep repeating that, but those wins could come in handy down the stretch. Breaking pitch from Brown, strike called to Urusha, the catcher. Ray Urusha grounded out to Ryan Moritz at third. The 0-1 misses. The count at 1-1. 55 pitches for Brown. The pitch. Another breaking pitch misses low. 2-1. Mike Brown now through 4 1/3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. 2-1 pitch is popped up. Zach Baxley gives a look, but it's well back out of play. And it's 2-2. The pitch. Hit him. He was out over the plate, and they're going to give it to him, or they're going to bring him back. Yep, they brought him back. That's a strike, and that's a strikeout. That's a good call. That's going to get an argument from Eric Thompson. Urusha doesn't think so, but he's rung up on a 3rd strike, and that's the first time this year I've seen that called. That's a new rule, where if you're leaning out over the plate and you're struck with a pitch, that's a strike. So it'll go down as a strikeout for Mike Brown, his 2nd of the game. 2 up, 2 down for Brendan Tauber, the center fielder, the strikeout victim, his first time. That was a good call. Urusha was way up on the plate. Fastball inside, ball 1. Again, that was a point of emphasis for college umpires this year to call that. That's the first time this year I've seen it at a game. Swing and a miss by Tauber, and it's 1-1. Good crowd on hand. The party deck full. Usually is when the weather is nice, and the weather is beautiful today. 1-1 pitch is hit high to shallow left. Coming in is Riley Metzger. He camps under it, and it turns into a 1-2-3 5th inning for Mike Brown. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Dragons need to get the offense going. Hutchinson trails Pratt 1-0. Hits tied 2 apiece, but the Dragons trail 1-0, bottom of the 5th. Again, this game's 7 innings because game number 1 today went to extras. So the Dragons need to get the offense going against Kai Hampton. He hasn't struck out a batter, but has allowed just 2 hits. Can hit a batter. It will be Zach Baxley, Christopher Noble, and Ryan Moritz. 6, 7, and 8 in the Dragon order. Baxley lined out to right field his first time. Hit the ball well, but right into the glove of Partington, the right fielder. He takes ball 1. Just a 38th pitch by Kai Hampton. Now pitching into the 5th inning. Back swings and pops one out of the play. Out of those 39 pitches, only 10 have been out of the zone, so the Dragons have had to be aggressive swinging. Pitching strictly out of the stretch, Hampton delivers. That pitch low and away, and it's 2-1. Dragon hits have come from Jeremiah Caesar and Zane Schmidt. Will Reitz walked, and that was it. 2-1 pitch. That one's lined to left field. That's a base hit. So Bax gets a leadoff single. Big turn at first. And Zach Baxley has his 4th hit of the series. Now Christopher Noble. Noble hit the short his first time up. We'll see if Ryan Schmidt looks to manufacture a run here. Noble does not have a sacrifice this year. Not showing bunt. He swings and misses over the top of a changeup for strike one. Baxley away from first. Not a real threat to go. The pitch. Upstairs for a ball. Boy, it used to be in college baseball. This was an automatic bunt situation. But again, the game has evolved to where everybody's just swinging away. You don't see the small ball nearly as much as you used to. And the Dragons play a lot of small ball. The 1-1 from Hampton. Hit high and deep right field. Going back is Partington. This has got a chance. And the Dragons lead it 3-1. Christopher Noble with his second home run of the year. RBIs 8 and 9. And the Blue Dragons take a 2-1 lead. An absolute bomb to right field that cleared the trees. That is the 7th home run of the series for the Blue Dragons. Now the Dragons with a 2-1 lead, and that'll bring up Ryan Moritz, who lined out to left field his first time up. They are playing him all the way around to right to pull. His first time up, he hit one toward the left center field gap, but it was an easy catch for Sean Johnson in left. Ball 1 to Mo. Chris Noble absolutely touched that ball. The pitch. 2-0. So it took the Blue Dragons a few innings in game number 1 to get the offense going. The same here. 2-0 pitch. Foul, that'll play to the left. 2-1. Pratt pitching is now giving up 24 home runs. 6 of them in this series, so a quarter of their home runs this year have been given up to the Blue Dragons. Big cut and foul back, and it's 2-2. The Blue Dragons now with 52 home runs. That is 6th in the nation. Dragons coming in hitting .307 as a team. 2-2 to Moritz. Hampton comes set and delivers. Foul back on a high fastball. Next pitch will be number 50 for Kai Hampton. Zach Baxley singled. Chris Noble launched a home run to right. Now it's 2-2 to Ryan Moritz. Hampton's pitch. That time good plate discipline by Mo. He leaves one up, and that's a full count. That's what you like to see from Moritz. Leave those pitches up. Now the payoff to Moritz. Here it is. Fouled off, and he's alive at 3-2. And that caught the catcher, Ray Arusha, and that's going to require a little bit of time to fix things up. We're not going to tell you where he got hit, but I think you got a pretty good guess by the way he's hopping around down there.
He got hit in the foul balls.
Denny Steckline trying to be funny and being mildly successful at it.
Don't quit his day job.
Once again, 3-2. Hampton's payoff pitch. Low ball 4. Great at bat for Ryan Moritz to draw the walk. First 3 have reached in the 5th. That'll bring up Jeremiah Caesar, the center fielder. Great bunt situation here. Eric Thompson's going to go out and speak to his pitcher. Ray Roosh is still shaking off the effects of that foul ball. The entire infield in for the Beavers. Pratt scored 1 run in the first. That lead lasted until the second batter of the bottom of the 5th after a sec. The good news from down the press box row and Denny Steckline, the Royals have swept the Tribe, a walk-off 9-8 win after the bullpen does what the bullpen does in 2019, yaks a lead, but the Royals get the sweep of the Tribe. That's 3 wins in a row after a 10-game losing streak, which followed a 2-game winning streak. Makes sense. So good job by the Royals getting the victory there. Phillies with a 3-1 lead. Ooh, in the bottom of the 14th now. There, Phillies scored 2 in the top of the 14th, take a 3-1 lead over the Marlins. Again, the Royals won. A's a 7-4 lead over the Rangers in the bottom of the 8th. That game being played in Texas. Reds and Cardinals tied 4-4 late there. Now it's back to work here. Caesar showing bunt. He pulls back for ball 1. Third baseman Landon Hewlett charging hard. This might be call for a drag bunt. First baseman Dylan Hamilton holding the runner on. 1-0 pitch. Low ball 2. Caesar, just 1 sacrifice bunt. He does have 3 bunt hits. Moritz away from first. And it's ball 3 to the Dragon center fielder. So after 4 very strong innings, Zhang is kind of unraveling for Hampton here in the 5th. The cripple pitch is taken at the knees for a strike, 3-1. That time, Jeremiah wasn't showing bunt. Now we'll see if Jamel Cervantes will put it back on with the 3-1 count.
3-1.
The pitch. There's a outside ball 4. 2 on with nobody out after 2 are across. There is action in the Pratt bullpen. Now it's back to the top of the order with Will Reitz. He was hit by a pitch for the 20th time this year and hit into an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. Hampton's pitch. Chopped to third. Fielded by Hewlett. The only play will be to first. This time, did he throw his foot off? Yes, he did. The throw pulled it off. That'll be an error. And that's going to bring Eric Thompson out for an argument, but he clearly came off the bag. So Hewlett's throw pulls Hamilton off the bag, and the Dragons have him loaded with nobody out. I imagine, yep, he's going to ask for help, and the call stands. So it was a bad throw by Hewlett. It's going to be a tough play, but a good throw gets Reitz. So now a couple of walks and an error brings up Logan Sartori. Chance for the Dragons to break this one open, now leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. The wind of the pitch. Sartori pulls one foul. A one-handed grab by Jamel Cervantes. And again, the death glare at one tweet master, Denny Steckline.
Didn't see a thing. Didn't happen.
Nothing in one, the count to Sartori. The wind in the pitch. It's popped up. This will be an infield fly. Vasquez makes the catch, and there's one away. That was a bad at bat for Logan. Now a double play can get Pratt out of the inning. But Zane Schmidt will be the batter. The Blue Dragons this year with bases loaded hitting .319. Zane Schmidt is 0 for 1 with the bases loaded. The pitch. Breaking pitch from Hampton for a strike. Center fielder Brandon Tauber playing deep. Left fielder Sean Johnson playing shallow and left. Schmidt's got power the other way. He can burn that one real easy. The 0-1 pitch. Took a shot that way. He's late on a swing, and now it's 0-2. So Hampton really bowing up after giving up the home run and then having the bases loaded with no outs. He's got Sartori, and now has Schmidt down in the count 0-2. The pitch. Ground ball right to second. They go to short for one on the first. That's a double play. And Zane Schmidt not happy. But the inning is over. Still, Chris Noble's 2-run home run gives the Dragons the lead. After 5, Hutch 2, Pratt 1. Top of the order in the 6th for Pratt, who's, man, there's a drag bunt down the third base line. It's going to roll foul. Ryan Moritz is going to have to be cognizant of that. Hillary Rivera can flat fly down the line. 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts in this one. Rivera, 3 for 14 in the series. Well, still playing kind of deep. Dragons about hit Pratt 4-2. Brown into his 6th inning of work. 0-1 misses high for a ball. Brown through his first 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. A pitch in the dirt. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. 63 pitches now. 64 pitches. .33 for strikes for Brown. The pitch. That one's line, and Dylan Nedved skies and gets it for out number 1. Timed to leap perfectly. He's playing deep anyway. It was a soft liner, but Dylan timed to leap perfectly. Rivera retired for out number 1. That's a big out. Keeping that speedster off the bases. Now Landon Hullett, the third baseman. Hullett 1 for 2. Singled in the first and scored Pratt's only run. The pitch, breaking pitch over but low for a ball. Dragons looking to get their 3rd series win of the year. They're 2-0-2. 2 conference series wins and 2 splits. There's a strike and it's 1-1. Brown's delivery, fastball misses high. We were talking earlier about Brown losing confidence in the fastball. Still got to be able to throw it as a show pitch. That makes his curve look a lot better. Fly ball center field. On comes Caesar and lands in front of him for a 1-out hit. Just the 3rd hit surrendered by Brown. Hullett has 2. That'll bring up Partington, the right fielder. He's 1 for 1, a single in the first and walked in the fourth. Each team with 2 double plays in this one. One via appeal on a runner leaving early on a tag up, and that's the batter party. The runner goes. Pitches a strike to throw down. They got him. Zach Baxley puts it right on the money. Logan Sartori applies the tag. Hullett retired. And Pratt runners have been thrown out now for 24th time this year in trying to steal a base. Base is empty, 2 away, and a 0-1 count to Partington. Curveball high, or fastball high and tight, excuse me. And that's 1-1. Zach Baxley throws out his 5th runner in 17 attempts this year. 2-1 the count now to Partington. And this one's scheduled for 7. First game today went extra innings. That's a conference rule. 2-1 pitch. Breaking pitch, pulled foul. I think Partington was looking for the tie there and was way out in front of that offering, off balance. Now it's 2-2. Bookend action in the pen, a righty and a lefty. It's Zach Furniture and Zach Philbin. Furniture the righty, the pitch. Mike ditched that pitch. He knew he overthrew it. Now it's a full count. Had that pitch actually bounced up and hit the batter, he still would have been given first. Here's the payoff from Brown. Low ball 4, a 2-out walk. That'll bring up the first baseman, Dylan Hamilton. Hamilton's got a couple home runs on the year. He's got some pop. Hamilton had a sac fly in the first, flew out to left in the fourth, 0 for 1. Philbin's been up several times. The pitch. That one gets away from Baxley. The throw down. Now it skitters into center field. One error turns into 2. So a wild pitch and a throwing error on Baxley. And now Pratt has the tying run at third base with 2 outs. So the Dragons commit their second error on a ball that should have never have been thrown. Dragons have had 2-out issues all year, and especially during this week at Seminole and Friday in game number 2 against Pratt. Breaking pitch, big swing, and barely got a piece of it. It's 1-1 to Hamilton. Furniture got the win in game number 1 today. 1-1 pitch is lifted to left center field. Caesar and Metzger converging. It's Caesar in left center field. Mike Brown gets through the 6th unscathed. No runs. 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Hutch 2, Pratt 1. Blue Dragons can use some insurance. 2-1 Hutch, bottom of the 6th. They lead Pratt. Looking for the conference win. Again, this one's scheduled for 7, so we're late into it. Metzger, Nedved, and Baxley, 4, 5, and 6 here in the Dragons' 6th against Kai Hampton, who's thrown a very strong ball game for the Pratt Beavers today. Metzger takes a big swing and fouls it back. Riley 0 for 2. Probably his last chance to extend a 6-game hit or 7-game hit streak. Pitch in the dirt. Riley checked his swing. I'm sure they're going to check. He did check. And it's 1-1. Right now, several hit streaks kind of on the line. Dylan Nedved's 9-gamers on the line. Zach Baxley's now hit safely in 5 straight. 1-1 pitch. Inside, not by much, and it's 2-1 to Metzger. And Riley's hitting every game since been back. He's now hit or played in 5 games since returning. Once hit well to center field, coming in is Tauber. He'll chase it down in shallow center, 1 away. Metzger now 0 for 3. Now Dylan Nedved 0 for 2. Nedved grounded out to short and hit into a fielder's choice to end the 4th. Nedved in the series now 4 for 14. Strike on the inside corner. Dragons took the first game Friday, 11-0 in 5 innings, a 2-hit shutout for Jake Buns. He struck out a season-high 10. Nedved fouls that one off to the right, and very quickly 0-2. Jack Partington had an RBI 2-run single that drove in 2 and an 11-10 come from behind win at Pratt, or game 2 at Pratt. That one is hit to the over the right second baseman's head into right field. And it's a 10-game hitting streak for Dylan Nedved. 5th hit of the game for Hutch. He's 1 for 3. 1 out single, now Zach Baxley. Bax 1 for 2. He extended his hitting streak to 6 games with a single. And he scored ahead of Noble's home run. Dylan Nedved now has 2 hitting streaks of 10 or more games this season. First pitch swinging is popped up in the shallow right down the line. Vasquez Hamilton going out, Partington coming in. And the ball's dropped. But now they're going to get an easy force throw wide, and the runner is safe. That'll be in. We're going to think on this one.
I'm voting for base hit.
Base hit. Long run, base hit.
Base hit.
We discussed it, and it turns into a hit. It was a long run for Vasquez. Not anything routine whatsoever.
Like a stingy drug dealer.
2 on, 1 out for Noble. In his last time up, he gave the Dragons a 2-1 lead with a 2-run blast to right field. The pitch. Fastball misses away. This is a much smaller zone. That pitch looked pretty good from up here. .72 pitches now for Hampton, who had 38 through 4 innings. The pitch. Little roller along third off the end of the bat, and it stays foul. That was a much easier play for Jamel Cervantes. The ball had stopped before he picked it up, so he's begging for another tweet from Denny. That's actually 2 in the last week that Mel's fielded clean. We won't tell you how many he's missed. 1-1 pitch. Inside and a little bit low, 2-1. Dragons have doubled up Pratt and hits 6-3. Strike called, giving a little Blue Dragon history lesson on the coining of the phrase the Blue Dragon way. 2-2 the count to Noble. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Hutch. Runners go. Pitches the ball. The throw to third is high and in safely is Nedved with the stolen base. It's a double steal. Nedved steals his 10th of the year. Baxley on the back end steals his 6th. Second and third, 1 out now. And a full count due to Chris Noble. Infield in at all 4 positions for the Beavers. Trying to cut off a run. Here's the payoff. Fouled back over the Dragon dugout. Actually onto the roof before it gets to the crowd. Noble with runners in scoring position, hitting .308 for the year. 3-2 pitch. High ball 4, and the Dragons have him loaded. The Dragons had him loaded in the 5th after the Noble home run and came out empty. But now Ryan Moritz steps in. Mo walked after the home run. He's 0 for 1. Lined out to left his first time up. Moritz 1 for 5 in the series. Didn't see action in the first 2 games with the exception of 1 pinch hit. Middle infield now back at double play depth for the Beavers. Moritz swings and fouls 1 at the plate. Dragons trying to blow this one open. Pratt trying to give themselves a fighting chance in the 7th as they are down to just 3 outs. Nedved at third, Baxley at second, Noble at first. Time called and is granted by to Ryan Moritz. Here's the pitch. Blowing outside for a ball, 1-1. Moritz this year with the bases loaded, 0 for 2. Dragons now 15 for 49 with the bases loaded. That's just a shade higher than 333. The 1-1. Downstairs, 2-1. Kai Hampton has literally thrown half of his pitches in the last 2 innings. He's up to 81. He's 48 through 5, or 38 through 5 innings. Or through 4 innings, excuse me. 2-1 pitch. Mo chases a high fastball and misses 2-2. We said in his last at bat, which was a great at bat, he laid off that pitch and wound up working a walk. It's simply just plate discipline on his part. Now 2-2 the pitch. Moritz strikes out. Dragons have left 4, but 3 have come in the 5th. And 3 more may come in the 6th if Jeremiah Caesar doesn't come up with the 2-out hit. Caesar is singled and walked. 1 for 6 in the series. Pratt can play its infield defense at regular depth now. No action in the pen. This game might be Mike Brown's to win or lose in the 7th. The pitch. That one's hit to center field on the run as Tauber. He'll chase it down, and for the 2nd straight inning, The Dragons leave them loaded, and you hope it doesn't come back to haunt them. No runs, 2 hits, 3 left. We head to the 7th inning. It will be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Beavers. On to the 7th we go. Dragons 2 and the Beavers 1. Welcome back to Hobart-Detter Field. 2-1 Hutch to the 7th. Again, this one now 7 innings because game number 1 today went extras. Defensively for the Blue Dragons, now playing right field. Freshman Brian Skillman taking over for Riley Metzger. And Mike Brown will go to work against 5, 6, and 7. Sean Johnson, Kalir Vasquez, and Michael Davis. Brown has allowed 1 run and 3 hits through 6. And the first pitch to start the 7th is upstairs to Johnson, ball 1. Johnson has reached on an error and walked. The pitch outside, 2-0. Dragons left him loaded in both the 5th and 6th innings. You hope that doesn't come back to haunt. 2-0 pitch. Not sure where that one missed, but it's 3-0. And Brown has not seen eye to eye with our home plate umpire all afternoon. Here's the cripple. In there for a strike, 3-1. Ball 4, pitch off the plate wide, and that's the last thing that Mike Brown wanted to do. Furniture back up in the pen, and here comes Ryan Schmidt and also Zach Philbin. So we'll see what Schmidt decides to do here. The tying run on with nobody out to start the 7th. And I think the call is being made to the bullpen. Mike Brown retires after 6+ innings. He has a chance to win it. Cannot lose it. I'll tell you about the new Dragon pitcher right after this. It'll be Zach Furniture, the freshman right-hander from Omaha. He got the win in game number 1. Pitched a scoreless 8th inning, and then Will Reeds hit the walk-off 3-run home run. Comes into this one with the Blue Dragons leading 2-1. Pratt has the potential tying run at first base and nobody out. Mike Brown departs after 6+ innings. The numbers on Brown: 3 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 84 pitches. Furniture now for the year 1-1, making his 15th appearance, all in relief, 4.70 earned run average. Firm has 2 saves, 15 in the third innings pitched, 15 hits, 13 runs, 8 of those earned, 15 strikeouts, and 13 walks, and opponents hitting .219 against. Furniture with a big fastball. Also going to throw the breaking pitch and a change. He's going to face second baseman Khalil Vasquez. He's rolled into 1 double play, 0 for 2 in this game. And he's 4 for 11 in the series. So Sean Johnson, good speed. Pratt leads the Jayhawk in sacrifice bunts. They also are second in the league in stolen bases. Johnson with 17 steals and 20 attempts. So here we go. Dragons trying to protect a 1-run lead here in the final inning of regulation. Move over to first. Furniture does have a couple of pickoffs. Dragons have picked off 1 runner today that came in their first game by Dylan Nedved, picking off Dylan Hamilton. Furniture out of the stretch, comes set, goes over again. I think one of the reasons, besides the righty-righty matchup, one of the reasons that Ryan Schmidt went to Furniture, it was that move. He's trying to shorten up the leads a little bit on the Beavers. The pitch hit him. That's the second to last thing you want to do. Now a walk and a hit batsman. Have Pratt first and second, nobody out for the designated hitter, and I think we might get a pinch hitter. Eric Thompson out, so Davis will be pinch hit for. We're waiting to see who it's going to be. Still waiting to see a number. It will be Brody Hanna. So Hanna will pinch hit for Davis. Hanna 0 for 8 in the series. 3 for 35 on the year, but likely bunting. He's showing bunt early. Furniture's pitch, bunted foul. Hanna does have 2 sacrifices this year. If you're Hanna, you want to bunt it at third baseman Ryan Moritz and make him play the ball. Showing bunt again. That's a strike on the outside. Snap throw to second. Back in safely is the runner Sean Johnson. That was close. Now 0-2 to Hanna. We'll see what the Beavers do if they take the bunt off here. Time called momentarily. Johnson at second. Vasquez at first. Good speed for the Beavers on the base paths. 0-2 the count to the pinch hitter Hanna. Showing bunt, the pitch. Breaking pitch, did he go? No, he did not. 1-2. That was a good pitch from Furniture. Pratt using the numbering system with the wristbands to make their calls. Now 1-2 the count to Hanna. Furniture throwing up the third base side of the rubber. Pickoff play at second. Nearly got into center field, but Dylan Nedved grabbed it That was close. That was a good snag by Dillon. Jeremiah Caesar was coming in hard to back up the play. That might have been interesting had it gotten into center. Corner's up tight for the Dragons. Schmidt not holding the runner on at first. Hannah still showing bunt. 1-2. Breaking pitch low, 2-2. You don't want to flat give in to the batter, but you also don't want to nibble too much where you run the count full and really open up a possible can of worms. If you're Zach Furniture, you want to make it happen right here on 2-2. Still showing bunt is Hannah. Furniture's 2-2. Bunted along third. Fielded by Moritz. A throw. Got him. One away. That was a 50-50 decision for Moritz. He chose to field it and throw. So the sacrifice works 5-3. Johnson now the tying run at third. Vasquez the go-ahead run at second for the catcher, Ray Urusha. Dragons need a strikeout or a pop-up. Ryan Schmidt will pull the infield in at all four positions. Well, Dylan Nedved now sneaking back in to his regular position, and so is Sartori. 2-1 Dragons, top of the seventh. Pratt with second and third and one out here. Furniture's pitch. Breaking pitch for a strike. So the Dragons will give up the tying run and a ball up the middle. The third baseman, Ryan Moritz. First baseman, Zane Schmidt, playing even with the bag. A walk and hit batsman have the Dragons in this jam. Breaking pitch, slowing in for a ball 1-1. Furniture trying to close out from Mike Brown and pick up his third save of the year. Now the 1-1. Jam shot pulled foul. Going back to that bunt. Ryan Moritz had to make a decision. Let it roll and see if it goes foul, and you got the easy strikeout or field it. He chose to field it. And that had been a 50-50 proposition had it gone foul. So Mo took the out. Now Furniture can use a strikeout of Russia here. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Firm comes set out of the stretch and delivers. Curveball, foul back over the press box. Those split-second decisions that baseball offers. Let's see if the play goes the Dragons' way here in the seventh. Furniture comes set. Now the 1-2. Low 2-2. Again, with first base open, that gives you a little more nibbling room if you're Furniture. But you don't want to just give up the base and load the bases. Furniture comes set. Now the 2-2. Curveball inside. Dragon dugout wanted it, but it was inside. Counts full. Now a warning given to the Dragon dugout. So we'll have to do a 3-2 pitch. Furniture to Urusha. Here it is. Ball 4. Zach Baxley makes a great stop to keep the tying run at third, but the bases are loaded. 2 walks and a hit. Batson have loaded them up for the Beavers with 1 out. And the 9-hole hitter, Brendan Tauber, will step in. Ryan Moritz and Logan Sartori in. And here comes Ryan Schmidt. So he's going to bring the entire infield in. We've gone about as far as we can. Pratt has them loaded with 1 out here in the 7th, trailing the Blue Dragons 2-1. Right now this game tied on the block of Zach Baxley.
That pitch was inside.
Yeah.
But that pitch has been a strike all
Yeah. So Ryan Schmidt talking strategy. Probably going to stick with Zach Furniture. Unless he's doing the old bait. Nope, he's going to leave Zach Furniture in. So now it's Furniture against Tauber. Tauber is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Bases loaded, so the double play in order. The middle infield is a double play depth. Third baseman Ryan Moritz even with the bag. Zane Schmidt at first playing just in front of the runner Urusha. The pitch. Strike call. I'm not sure if I'm Furniture here. I messed around too much with the breaking stuff. That's challenging your 9-hole hitter with fastballs. Tauber does have 3 hits in the series. The pitch. Breaking pitch. Popped up to right. Shallow. On comes Reitz. Here's the catch. They're going to try to tag. Here comes the throw. The throw's on the line. The tag is made, and the Blue Dragons win it. The Blue Dragons win it on a double play to end it. Now we have some altercation as the benches are clearing. The umpires do a nice job of cutting them off. The tag was a little bit high, but the throw took him into it. The Blue Dragons win it on a double play to end it. A strike from Ryan Reitz to the catcher, Zach Baxley. The tag is made, and the Blue Dragons win it 2-1. A wild ending to this one, but the Dragons get the series win. We'll wrap it up after this break. Well, how about that for a couple of innings today? Will Reitz a walk-off 3-run home run in the bottom of the 8th to win game 1 6-3, and then Will Reitz on a 9th game-ending double play, throwing a strike to Zach Baxley, making the tag to end it, and the Blue Dragons win game 2 2-1 and take the series 3-1. Steve Carpenter back with you in a very happy Hobart-Detter Field. Tensions got a little high. Pratt players didn't take the tag of Zach Baxley too kindly, but the throw was there so early. The runner never had a chance to slide. Once he did, the tag was just simply high. Nothing dirty about it. But the Dragons get the win 2-1, take the series 3-1. Totals for this one. Not a lot of offense. The Blue Dragons, 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, 7 left on base. For Pratt, 1 error, 3 runs. We'll try that again. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, and 5 left on. The winning pitcher, Mike Brown, he moves to 4-0 for the year. Kai Hampton takes the loss. He drops to 4-2. And Zach Furniture picks up his 3rd save of the year. He has 3 of Hutchinson's 6 saves. Time of ball game, 1 hour and 45 minutes. The Blue Dragons now a season high, 12 games over 500 at 27-15. But more importantly, get the 2 needed wins here today against Pratt. Now 13-7 in league play. If the Barton score holds up in Great Bend, Barton and Pratt will have the same number of wins in league play. Pratt drops to 18-24 and 5-19 in conference play. Again, not a lot of offense in this one. In fact, the only runs by the Blue Dragons provided by designated hitter Christopher Noble, who after Zach Baxley singled to lead off the 5th, Noble hit a 1-0 pitch well over the wall in right field, his 2nd of the year. That gave the Blue Dragons a 2-1 lead. Then, of course, Pratt, being the Beavers they are, the pesky ones, they get 1 on in the 6th, but Mike Brown gets out of it. The 7th inning starts with a walk. Zach Furniture comes in. He hits Vasquez.
Keep our guys out of there till they're gone. Keep our guys out of there till they're gone.
Then after a sacrifice bunt by pinch hitter Brody Hanna, Urusha walks to load the bases, and then Brandon Talber hits a high fly ball to shallow right field. Will Reitz comes in and makes the catch. And Johnson tried to tag from 3rd, but the throw was well ahead of the runner coming down the line. Zach Baxley puts the tag on for a game-ending double play, and the Dragons win it 2-1. So Noble, the offensive hero, with a 2-run home run. Brown gets the win. He goes 6 innings. Furniture gets his 3rd save, and the Dragons, most importantly, get their 3rd series win of the year. They're now 3-0-2 in conference series. They will take on Seward County here next Thursday at Hobart-Detter Field and at Brent Goldfield in Liberal in 6 days' time on Saturday. Blue Dragon softball on the air tomorrow. The Blue Dragon softball team will take on Independence at 3 and 5. We'll have both games for you on the network at about 2:55. That's going to do it from Hobart-Detter Field. A couple of classic finishes. The Blue Dragons win the first game in 8 innings, 6-3 on Will Reitz's walk-off home run. And then Will Reitz with a strike to the plate. At a 9-2 game-ending and series-ending double play to end it. Dragons win game number 2, 2-1 over the Pratt Beavers. Again, my thanks for joining us today. We'll talk to you again tomorrow afternoon. Blue Dragon softball. Until then, Steve Carpenter from Hobart-Detter Field. So long, everybody.